Arguably the most important ruler in all of Russia, Catherine II, or Catherine the Great of Russia, as she was known as, led many reforms and changed Russia from a backward state into an important figure in the European world. And it's kind of weird that a female can do that, because usually females aren't the ones ruling or, owning anything. But now they're owning things like chocolate businesses, like Watson's. But no one really likes Watson's, so it doesn't really matter. Everyone likes Fowler's nowadays. Anywho, it's not the topic of discussion today. Let's get into talking about Catherine II of Russia.
Originally born to the name Sophie Frederick August when she was in Germany, she adopted the name Catherine when she married Tsar Peter III of Russia. She ruled from June 1762 when she launched a coup d'etat against Peter to gain control over Russia until November 1796, which was the longest rule of a female in Russian history. She continued the political reforms started by Peter in trying to rationalize and reform the administration of the Russian Empire. Through westernization and internal political reforms, such as giving the nobles more power, Catherine the Great successfully made Russia an important figure in the European world. Catherine also extended the borders of the Russian Empire when she engaged in the Russo-Turkish War from 1768 until 1774. The war resulted in southern Ukraine, northern Caucasus, and the Crimea under the rule of the Russians. The most dangerous internal threat that Catherine II of Russia ever faced was the revolt of Yemlin Pugachev in 1773 until 1774. The goal of it was to end autocracy and slavery in Russia. Pugachev gained the support of Eastern Russia and created his own militia, which would go and loot and burn down towns. But eventually, Catherine's troops found Pugachev, and they killed him, therefore killing the revolt. After the revolt, Catherine realized how much she needed the nobles and immediately gave them more power. The Free Economic Society reform of 1765 was led by Catherine and was arguably one of the most important reforms she led. This reform abolished serfdom, introduced a new education law, and expressed the use of new crops. In the future, it helped Russia because it helped them develop their culture and advance in the sciences. The Enlightenment of Europe had a major impact on the ideas and reforms of Catherine. She was inspired by philosophers such as Montesquieu and Charles Louis de Secondat, and used their ideas to oversee and create important documents such as Instruction, which was a document to guide those entrusted with sweeping legal reform and delineating her notion of the ideal government for Russia. Catherine also created the Smolyan Institute for the upbringing of noble girls in 1764. Catherine wanted women to be more active in society, so she created the institute, which taught philosophy, the French language, dancing, music, and singing. After a very successful rule, on November 17, 1796, Catherine II of Russia passed away of a stroke, although many believe that she died having sex with a horse.